my very worst case scenario, my nightmare, is if something does happen or if there's an attack, and I'm only on a two-way highway, but anywhere, if there's going to be roadblocks, you know, that's the least of my worries. What I'm really worried about is mass panic, and all the highways and everything are going to be bogged down. It's going to be total chaos, and you ain't going to be able to get out, especially if you're in a two-wheel drive vehicle. Now let's just take this road here. If there was a roadblock or mass chaos, it'd be cramped, cars would be stalled, people would be shooting each other. How are you going to get around them? Well, if you look to the right, I can go down that ditch in this four-wheel drive, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. But also, how are you going to get through these fences over here in these rural areas? You can't see off to the right because it's snowing pretty good, but there is another road off to the right there. If you have the right tools, you can get around these ditches and get through these fences to another side road. And that's my main worry, is being caught somewhere on a major highway or something and not being able to get back to my loved ones. And then also, you know, I don't know if I'm going to make it or not, because I'm not going to lose my humanity in this deal. But if some woman's out there, or anybody that needs help that's good, that's trying to get out, I have a responsibility to try to help them too. If I die tomorrow and I go to my maker and I say I try to be a good man, is there going to be enough evidence to convict me? And that's just the mindset I'm in. I'm not going to lose my humanity. But I'll be back in a minute and show you what I got in my buggy. So if something does happen on the highway, whatever, at least I got a fighting chance to get to my loved ones and hopefully help others along the way. I'll be back. Bye. Okay, like I said, this isn't so much my bug out vehicle as my just getting back to my loved ones, to my fortification. But for all you that are thinking about bugging out with a minivan or whatever, if that's all you got, fine. Don't be guys like us. You just put your faith in the Lord. But this is the road to my house, but you ain't going to get through this road in a two-wheel drive. And if you got to go off-road because there's a roadblock or just mass chaos, what you going to do? You're going to have to do something. And just by bringing a few pieces of equipment with you at all times, it could ensure your safety. Don't count on bugging out and the weather being all rosy. What if something does happen during the Olympics? I'm not saying it's going to, but look at this weather. Look at this weather right now, and if you're planning on getting way out the sticks on roads like this, you know, God help you. I hope you're equipped. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of equipment that I take with me, just in case something does happen and there are pile-ups in the road, or there are roadblocks, so I can get to side roads and get back to my loved ones. And also, like I said, if your little one or loved one is out on the road, you know, I'm going to stop and help them. I'm going to get them home too. But I'm back home, so I'll talk to you in a minute. Well, like I said, bigger isn't always better. You can see I've got a truck there and it's four-wheel drive, but I ain't even bothered getting snow off of it, because this old Jeep here gets around better, and I've tested it in the muck and mud than that Ford does. It's four-wheel drive too, and it's because it's lighter. And something I want to tell you real quick is that I swear by these mud and snow tires. I've had a lot of tires on dirt roads and gravel, and these babies just don't wear out. They're made by Cursor, but I can go anywhere in these. But this Jeep Wagoneer here, I picked it out. It's a 4-cylinder, and it's a 1984, but it's got a new motor, front and rear end, and clutch. So it's kind of old, but the motor's strong, kind of like me. It'll still get you there. But also, I can keep all my stuff inside where it's dry, but I will take this over that any day of the week in the muck and mud. But it's also important what I have inside. I told you my worst nightmare is if something hits the fan and I'm out on the road not being able to get there, I'm going to fight like hell to get back to my loved ones. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I couldn't protect them. So I've taken some extra measures here, and I'm going to walk inside. I unpacked this today for you. Hope you all can see this. But first of all, these babies here, these were just ATV ramps, and what I did was I beefed them up on the bottom side with two 2x4s. I sistered them together, so essentially I have two 4x4s running across each side, and this will get me over a ditch. And these are pretty neat little deals, and some of the roads down here back in the woods, if you don't have these, I don't care what you got, you ain't getting through. So this will get me over a ditch if I have to go through some farmer's property to get to another road. Second piece of advice I would say are these tools right here. Number one, a good handsaw if you got to cut a log or a tree that's in your way. Most importantly, hope you all can see this, are them bolt cutters there. Them bolt cutters will get me through more places than you think. So get yourself a pair. And then also a shovel, a sledgehammer, and a big crowbar. Now that crowbar is mainly if I get stuck, because I do not have a winch on this right now. I'm getting one, but I can use this come along right here to pull me out. By pounding that crowbar deep in the ground, I can actually pull myself out with that little Jeep. And I have a blanket, and then this is something that I just lucked into years ago, and I didn't know that I'd use it for this. This is called Nomex, and I have 2 bolts of this, but this is fire retardant cloth. And I understand, and I can't bank on this, that if they're doing infrared on you, this stuff here will, if you cover yourself up, they can't detect your heat. But I have a couple bolts of that. So then also something else I have here is my cordless tools, and the main reason being I want to get home as quick as I can. This Sawzall right here, this battery operated Sawzall, I've already used it a couple times out in the woods, and it'll cut through some pretty thick stuff. Then I have all my tools and my box of sockets and wrenches there. Something else that's real important that I always carry is maps. I got a map of my state and the neighboring state that I think I'll be in, and also a phone book of the local cities. And the reason I have this is because it has the city streets on them. I always carry extra pair of gloves, extra face mask, and this is in case I pick up one of your loved ones. I try to carry a couple extra gas masks with me. They aren't the fanciest, it's just the best I can do. And something I've learned a long time ago is to always carry candles in your car. I have those in the coffee can there. A candle alone will keep you warm enough if you are stranded out somewhere, if you stay in your vehicle. So a candle can keep you warm. A good jack. And then I have a 20-foot tow cable. I also have a nylon here. Hope you guys can see this. I used to be a crane operator, so I got a bunch of these nylons here. Then I also have a shackle, and this is to pull somebody else out or to pull me out. But if you don't have this stuff and shit hits the fan, I'm sorry for cursing. Sorry, Lord. If it hits the fan, people aren't going to want to wait around. Even if somebody wants to help you, they're going to be thinking, I got to get home to mama as quick as I can. So if you have this stuff, you're going to ensure your survivability as well as others. And then I always carry extra fluids and stuff with me or for somebody else. So I think these ramps are a real important deal for you guys, just to get off the ditch and survive. So this isn't so much my bug out vehicle as get home to mama vehicle. So I hope y'all are thinking about that. I hope this helped. Have a good day. Bye. One more thing I wanted to add here is that I don't go anywhere now. I know how much fuel my vehicle uses, and I don't go anywhere to the point where I can't get back on the gas I have. I'm just in that mindset now that, if I have a half a tank and I know it takes a half a tank to get home, I'm finding a gas station. I'm just in that mindset now, because if it all does break loose, you ain't getting no gas. So think about that too. Better be safe than sorry. Bye.